Good day, fellow mathematicians. Welcome back to our video. Today we're going to discuss another topic in business mathematics, and that topic is division of decimals. Division of decimals. Previously, in the last video, we have discussed the notion of what a decimal is, its fundamental operations. We have discussed adding, subtracting, and multiplying decimals. In this video, we will be discussing the last fundamental operation, which is division. In dividing decimals, there are three fundamental cases to consider. And what are those cases? Yun yung kailangan natin i-decipher in this video. Now, let's get started. Now, the first case, the divisor and the dividend are whole numbers. Ngayon, guys, do you remember what are the parts of a decimal? For example, we have a problem. Let's say 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. Pansin nyo, di ba, black na tapos white tayo kasi para maramdam nyo yung dark mode. Dark mode tayo ngayon sa lecture. 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. Pwede natin isulat yan as 4 divided by 8, di ba? Ilang 4 ang meron sa 8? Dalawa. As 8, 0. Yung 4, ay yung 8, siya yung tinatawag na dividend. Yung 4, yung divisor. And yung 0, yung tinatawag na remainder. Okay? Naalala nyo yan, di ba? Naalala nyo naman siguro yan. Ngayon, kailangan, ang sabi dito sa case 1, the dividend, kung ano yung nasa loob ng division symbol, di ba siya yung dividend? Kung ano yung nasa loob ng division symbol, and yung divisor na nasa labas ng division symbol, kailangan whole numbers sila, which is, in fact, this case. For example, yun, we'll be deleting this because this is not the main agenda. Nirecall lang natin kung ano yung dividend and divisor. If you want to copy, just revert back the video. Ngayon, if both the divisor and the dividend are whole numbers and the quotient has a fractional part, meaning the quotient is a decimal, the quotient is a decimal, ibig sabihin, then the decimal point of the resulting quotient is placed directly above the decimal point of the dividend. Ibig sabihin, may decimal point daw yung whole number na dividend, which is right after the ones digit of the dividend. Note that we can add as many zeros as needed after the decimal point of the whole number in the dividend. Ngayon, para medyo nakakalito siya, what does this literature mean? Ngayon, apply natin sa example. Halimbawa, 1, divide 789 by 15. 789 divided by 15. This, sinasaklaw niya yung case 1 because the dividend, this is the dividend, and this is the divisor, they are whole numbers. Tama? They are both whole numbers. Ngayon, gawin natin yung let's have a solution. Ngayon, 15 divided by 789. Bakit pa masyado siyang malapit dun sa salitang solution? Ilayo natin. Kailangan natin ng space. Ngayon, 15 divided by 789. Ngayon, ilang 15 ang meron ang 78? Diba? This has 5. Ilan yun? 5 multiplied by 15 is 75. Ngayon, subtraction. 78 minus 75 is 3. Ito 0. Tapos bring down 9. Tama? Tapos 2. Tapos 2 multiplied by 15, 30. Subtraction. 39 minus 30 is 9. Ito na yung decimal point na tinutukoy. This is the part wherein sinasabi yung decimal point ng dividend, which is yung decimal point ng dividend, ito, nalito lang din ako ng konti. Ito yung dividend mo, ilalagay mo directly above the quotient. Ito yon. Mas extend mo tong linyang to. And you can add as many zeros as we want. Ano ba? 0. Unang 0. Ibababa mo yung 0 na to. Ngayon magiging 90. So pwede na. So ilang 90 divided by 15, ilang 15 na meron ng 90 is 6. And in fact, 6 multiplied by 15 is 90. So the remainder is 0. So ibig sabihin, the answer to this problem is 52.6. Yun yung sagot. So, yun lang yung sinasabi ng problem na to. You can add as many, bakit naging zero? Naging ganun. And you can add as many zeros as you want. Halimbawa, dagdag, kung gusto mo lang, lagyan mo ng mga maraming zerong ganyan, okay lang. Pero nilagyan lang ng isa kasi yun lang yung kailangan ng problem. Okay? Yun. Delete natin to. So, that's it. That's case 1. Ayun. Let's head to case 2. What is case 2? The divisor is a whole number and the dividend is a decimal. Ibig sabihin, yung ano mo, yung whole number yung pinande-divide mo. Pero yung dividend mo it's decimal, 'di ba? Ano mo, 8 divided by 4. Ito yung dividend. Ito yung divisor. Ang sinabi, ibig sabihin, yung whole number, yung divisor, ito. Yung pinande-divide mo yung whole number. Okay? Ayun. Anong sabi dito sa problem? Delete natin to. Sabi sa case 2, the divisor is a whole number and the dividend is a decimal. If the divisor is a whole number and the dividend has a fractional part, meaning a decimal, then the decimal point of the quotient is located directly above the decimal point of the dividend. Note that we can add as many zeros after the last digit in the fractional part of the dividend. So, what does this mean? Ngayon, halimbawa 2, divide 858.4 divided by 64. And then 858.4 divided by 64. What does that mean? It means that, ganito, solution. Magkakaroon tayo ng 64 divided by 858.4. Ngayon, ito yung medyo mahaba to, nararamdaman ko eh. Sabi lang naman, you will put the decimal point dito direct above the decimal point of the dividend. Yun yung sinabi eh. Diba? Nakita ba dito? Nakita, diba? Then the decimal point of the quotient is located directly above the decimal point of the dividend. The decimal point of the dividend. Sino ba dividend mo? Ito. Kasi this is the dividend. This is the dividend. This is the divisor. Yung decimal point daw ng resulting quotient ay above the decimal point of the dividend. Yun na yung sinasabi. Ngayon, ilang 64 ang meron ng 85? Isa. 1 multiplied by 64, ito. Then proceed by subtraction. So, this is, hindi pala, 1, 21. Tama? 21 siya. Ngayon, bring down 8. 8. Kasi, di ba? Ilang 64 ang meron ang 218? I believe it's 3. And 3 multiplied by 64 is 192. And subtract. Ayun, 8 minus 2 is 6. Ito cannot be. So, 1, borrow 1. Magiging 11 to. 11 minus 9 is 2. Okay na, 2. Ngayon, ang gagawin mo, bring down 4. Bring down 4. So, how do we do that? This is 264. Ngayon, ilang 64 meron ng 264? I believe is 4. 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 64 is ilan guys? Is 256. Okay, subtraction. 264 minus 256 is I believe is 8. Kasi kahit kahit di natin gawin yung pero sige, gawin natin. This is 5. This is 14. 14 minus 6 is 8, basically. And 5 minus 5 is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. Ngayon, sabi dun sa problem, we can add as many zeros after the last digit of the fractional part of the dividend. Ito na yon. Pwede ka na mag-add ng 0. Ito yung add mo, unang 0. Ngayon, pagka-add mo ng unang 0, bababa mo yan. Pagkababa mo yan, ito na yan, 80. Ilang 64 meron ng 80? Isa. Tapos 1 multiplied by 64 is 64. Ngayon, baba natin konti. 80 minus 64. Alam kong na yan, 16. Pero gawin natin yung procedure. This is 7. This is 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. Bakit red? Ito, 6. Bakit red na naman? Ito, 6. Tapos, 7 minus 6 is 1. Meron pa rin, no? Ang kulit. So, 0. Matapos ba to? Tapos, ibaba mo. Diba? Magiging 160. Ilang 64 meron ang 160? I believe it's 2. Tapos 2 multiplied by 64 is 128. Okay? Ngayon, ang gagawin mo is, subtract mo ulit. Tapos, matapos ba itong problem na to? 5 to, ito 10. So, 10 minus 8 is 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. 1 minus, ito. Tapos, alam ko, pasok to eh. Ito, 0 ulit. Ibaba mo. Baba mo ulit. So, magiging 320. Ilang 64 meron ang 320? Ilang 64 meron ang 320? I believe it's 5. 5 kasi sakto siya. 320. So, 0. So, ibig sabihin, this problem, this long problem, only boils down to, the answer is 13.4125. Okay, and that's it. Okay, yan. Yun yung sagot. Yan yung case 2. Ang gagawin mo lang is that yung decimal point ng dividend, ilalagay mo directly above the decimal point of the quotient. Tama? Ganun lang. And we have a last case. Ngayon, 'di ba? Nasakop na natin yung case na kung saan yung dividend and divisor whole numbers. Tapos yung isa naman ay yung dividend yung decimal, tapos yung divisor yung whole number. Ngayon, paano naman kapag dalawa silang decimals? Yung dividend and divisor, what do we do? Ganito. If the divisor has a fractional part, and of course the dividend also, multiply both the divisor and the dividend by an appropriate multiple of 10 so that the divisor becomes a whole number, and apply case 2. Recall that multiplying by a multiple of 10 or a power of 10 is equivalent to moving the decimal point n places to the right. And I won't be requiring you to multiply by 10. Ganito na lang gusto kong ipaalala sa inyo. Let's apply the halimbawa. 1.4916 divided by 0.24. Ang gusto kong gawin nyo, ganito yung template. Kukunin nyo muna yung divisor. Sino ba yung divisor? Yung 0.24. Ang gagawin nyo, i-move nyo siya such that gagawin nyo siyang whole number. Di ba 2 places para maging whole number siya? So this implies that this is 24. This implies that this is 24. Ilang places minove para maging whole number yung 0.24? 2 decimal places. Yan ang kinailangan para makamove yung 0.24 para maging whole number. Ngayon, kung ilan yung decimal places, ganun mo karaming yung dividend. Ganun mo karaming places yung dividend. Ano ba? 1.4916. Ang gagawin is that i-move mo siya 2 decimal places din. Kaya magiging 149.16, which is 2 decimal places din. 2 decimal places din yung nangyari. So, what do we do then? The new problem to be solved is 149.16 divided by 24. Then we can apply case 2. Ano ba yung case 2? Diba sinabi yung divisor mo is a whole number and yung dividend mo is a decimal. So apply natin yun. So anong gagawin? 24 divided by 149.16. Ano mangyayari? Ilan 24 meron ang 149? Diba ito yung decimal point? Ilagay mo above dito. Ilan 24 meron ang 149? Diba 6? 6 divided by 24, 6 multiplied by 24 is 144. Tapos i-subtract mo, di ba 5 na yan? 5. Tapos, ibababa mo yung 1. Tama ba? Sunod, ilan 24 meron ang 51? Di ba 2? Tapos, 2 multiplied by 24 is 48. Subtract mo 3. Tapos bring down 6. Diba? Ilan 24 meron ang 36, diba? Isa. 1 multiplied by 24 is 24. Ngayon, anong gagawin natin? Subtract natin. 36 subtracted by 24 is 12. Tapos maglalagay ka ng 0 kasi pwede, dun sa case 2, pwede ka maglagay ng ilang 0 gusto mo. Ibaba mo tong 0. Magiging 120. And alas, this is 5. And ilang 120 meron? 24, 5. 5 multiplied by 24 is 120. And we have 0. So the answer to the original problem, kahit pa paano, is 6.215. That's the final answer. Okay? Now you have agreed that you have learned all the cases kasi nasakop na natin yung first 3 cases and wala na, yun na yun. Ganun ka na magde-divide ng decimals. And I know that for a fact that you will just plug it in a calculator. But the moral of the story of this discussion is that at least alam nyo na mag-divide ng mano-mano without plugging it in a calculator. And that's pretty much it. I hope you learned something today. I hope that you have appreciated this lecture about dividing decimals. I know that you know this naman na kasi you won't be going to grade 11 without knowing this. But these lessons serve as a refresher to your arithmetic days before we head to business mathematics and the problems involving them. And until then, mathematicians, keep safe and have a great day. Goodbye now.